Welcome back. Today we're talking about the mind, body, spirit, energy connection. It is a vital part of embracing your true self. If you're not in balance with your mind, body, spirit, and energy, how can you possibly be connected and aligned with your true self? Let me explain. If you take those components, the mind, the body, the spirit, your mental, your physical, and your spiritual, and think of them as batteries. You want to have those batteries operating at full power. If they are down, lowered in any aspect, then you're not operating aligned and balanced. Likewise, your energy, so your mind, spirit, and body come together and reflect your energy. Your energy is directly linked to your emotions. So when something is going on in your energy and emotions, that is your telltale sign. When your energy is low or high, that is your telltale sign, whether there's something off or something happening that's really good for you. Likewise, if your emotions are high, joy, happiness, gratitude, or low, grief, sadness, hate, any of those low energy things, then that is a really good indicator that something is off in your batteries of your mind, body, and spirit. When your energy is low, chances are your emotions are going to be corresponding equally and be lower. You might be in a state of hate or judgment or grief. You have to get through grief, but those are all low emotions. Likewise, if your energy is high, you are likely in gratitude, joy, happiness, love. There is a direct correspondence between those two things, your energy and your emotions. So number one, above anything else, those are incredible indicators for you where something might be off when you are in low energy or low emotions. There is something you can look up called the emotion cone. It's available across the internet. So just look at that. Some are more detailed, some are simpler, but it gives you an indication of the high emotions and the low emotions. And quite often there is a corresponding energy gauge beside it. So the higher energies are the positive emotions and the lower energies are the lower emotions. So what do you do when you find your energy low or your emotions low? As I said, that's an incredible indicator that something is off in the alignment or balance in your body. And chances are one of your batteries is going to be low: your mind, your body, your spirit. So, for instance, if you're having a bad day, there's a bad influence on you, something happened that took your mind into doubt or into shame or guilt, or perhaps it went into judgment of yourself or others, or low self-worth. Those would be things in your mind that are playing tricks on your mind. You're in doubt, you're in low self-worth, you're in guilt, and any of those other emotions. Your energy is going to be low because your mind battery is depleted. However, when one of your mind, body, spirit, mental, physical, or spiritual batteries is low, chances are it's going to affect the others. Have you ever been in a situation when you're in doubt or guilt or low self-worth in your mental thinking? You're just not thinking you're good enough. Perhaps you're not sure or you're doubting what you're doing, and you don't, as a result, think that you're worthy to have what you are meant to receive. You are going to have a very low or depleted mental battery. However, that also affects your physical battery because you're going to feel really crappy about yourself. So you're not going to be eating properly. You're probably going to be going to comfort foods, which typically are not good things for you. And likewise, your physical, you're not going to be out there doing things to bring your energy up. Typically, you're going to be wallowing your want, woe is me, and you're going to be nesting. You're going to be cocooning into yourself. And spiritually, you're not in alignment, so that the physical battery is depleted because of those reasons. And then your spiritual battery is also going to be affected because you're not in alignment. You're not living true to yourself. Something is off in your mental and physical, which also knocks out your spiritual because you're not living in your truth. You're not honoring yourself. So all of these batteries are depleted. Your energy's low. Your emotions are low as well. So everything is off to varying degrees. They're not necessarily a level, but you want to keep those things as high as possible. Of course, things always happen in our life that bring us low for whatever reason. We're not all in a nirvana, amazing, beautiful, I'm going to ignore everything and everything is roses and unicorns and rainbows. There are things that genuinely happen to us that affect those batteries, affect our emotions consequently, and affect our energy as well. It happens. We're human. That is part of life. However, noticing these things and being very tuned into your true self, your spirit, your essence, your soul will allow you to adjust those batteries, adjust that energy, adjust those emotions to a higher level faster and more efficiently. Awareness creates positive change. Awareness can create and affect amazing change. You can't change anything unless you're aware. When you know that those batteries directly affect each other and the energy and emotion activations and outcomes are indicators of those batteries being off or lower instead of full, then you know there's something you have to change. Consequently, on the other side of things, when things are in flow, when everything is coming up magical for you, you're grabbing the parking spot right beside the door on a super snowy day. Everything is coming to you. You're getting a lot of leads in your business. You're attracting people who you are meant to be talking to. You feel great. You're working out. You're having a great time in every aspect of your life, your relationships, everything. You are going to be in a very high emotional state. You're going to be grateful. You are going to be joyful. You are going to be super duper happy. You're going to be loving life and just, I don't know, throwing up unicorns and rainbows all over the place because you are in such flow. Everything seems simple to you. There is no resistance. There are no barriers. There are no blocks. Everything is flowing. That is not normally how everybody lives their life every day. We encounter things, outside factors, internal factors, whatever that may be. However, when you are in those high emotional and high energy, you just go, go, go. You don't need to sleep as long as you sleep. You're just on fire. Your energy is through the roof. Chances are your mental battery is going to be super, super high and full because everything is in flow. So all of your thoughts are going to be positive. They're going to be confident. They're going to be all those high, high, high thoughts. You are going to think everything is magical. There's not going to be a lot of things that are going to be able to get into your head to knock you off balance. There will be eventually, of course, because we're human. But when you're in that flow state and those high energy and emotions, your mental is top notch. You think you are the bomb, which you are. Don't forget that. And you are just going for everything. Everything's magically falling into place. Consequently, you're feeling good. Your body feels good. There's no pain, there's no resistance. You are up, you are moving, you are mobile, you are just eating the right things. You don't even want the junk food because it's not in line with where you are energetically, with that energy and emotional state yet that you're in. And your spirit is crazy happy, just cheering you on because you are so aligned with your true self. When things are simple and easy and without that resistance, you are aligned with your true self. You are connected in your spiritual self. You are on purpose. You are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So look at those things as an indicator of where things are off. Our bodies, these bodies that we are in, we are our spiritual self. We are our essence. We are our soul that is chosen these physical bodies that we're in. These physical bodies are made to be perfect running machines. When we are born, we don't have backaches or shoulder aches or knee pain or whatever, joint pain, ankles, knees, hips, fingers, whatever. We are made to be perfectly running machines. And then our head gets into it, our 3D monkey brain. That's our mental hiccup a lot of the time. Because all of this programming stuff gets in the way of what our true self is telling us to do. If we lead with our heart and our gut over our head, we are going to be in those higher elevated states of energy, of emotion, and have those batteries full more frequently, most of the time, as opposed to having them depleted. Of course, life happens. We have all of this baggage that we've brought from past lives. We've brought energetically from our ancestors. It's in our DNA. So we're here to clear all of that junk out. Once you have awareness, that stuff can go. Chances are, if you're running programming in your head, in your mental, and it's depleted, it's not even your program. It's stuff that has been learned. It has stuff that has been brought to you over generations, or it's stuff that is just in the collective consciousness that you are tuning and tapping into, because we are all one. When you realize and you have awareness that those things are influencing from the outside or internally, if it's your mental state, then you can switch that. And these aren't huge jumps. This is awareness, switching one activity. I love the energy tracker that we have available off of our homepage. It is a brilliant piece of simple tracking. You do it for 5 to 7 days, and it will give you an indication of what's working for you and what's not, because you look at your energy, you look at your emotions, and what your input is, whether that's mental, physical, or spiritual. If you are going to, let's say, your 30-year high school reunion, or your 25 or your 20-year high school reunion, and you feel like you should go, as soon as the word should comes in, you got to question things, because there are no shoulds. It's either a hell yes or a hell no. That's what your spirit says. Yes, I'm 100% in. No, not for me. When you're shoulding, and you should be going because you haven't seen these people for 20 or 25 years, there's probably a reason you haven't seen these people for 20 or 25 years. So your spirit is sitting there screaming at you, this isn't aligned. You didn't like these people. You had a terrible high school experience. Why are you going and reconnecting with this bad energy that is latent in you? And you're going back and rehashing all of that, rehashing the bad memories in high school, rehashing the bad relationships perhaps in high school. If your soul, your spirit is questioning, should I buy a ticket? Well, as soon as the word should comes in, It's a no. If you get that message or that invitation to a family function or that invitation to a friend function or an event, something, and it's not, oh, I can't wait to be there with excitement. It's not aligned spiritually. Resistance. What is the quote? Rejection is God's protection. So my sort of little alteration of that is when there is great resistance, that is your spirit out of alignment. I had a situation a few years ago where I was meant to be writing a section in a book, and I'm a writer. That's what I do, and one of the things that I do, because there's so many things that I do. So I love writing, and normally when I'm writing a piece or an article or an email or something, it flows really quickly. When I write courses, it comes out of me very quickly. And there was the first half of this article that I was writing, or this section of this book, and I couldn't complete it. I couldn't complete it. The first half, boom. The second half, I think it was 4 pages long. So the first 2 pages flew out of me. I think I wrote them in 10 minutes. And the second half, I had so much resistance, which tells me, because I'm soul connected and I'm spirit connected and I'm connected to my true self, that this was not a good situation for me. It ended up being a very bad situation. I got out of it and whatnot. It worked out fine. However, that resistance, when something doesn't come easily to me and it's not in flow, it doesn't happen easily, that is my trigger, my activation that, I have to ask, is this aligned? This has been a lot of years to get there. Another situation is when something is presented to me, I always ask if it's aligned and if I'm on board or not. If there is resistance of any type, if there's friction, then it is not aligned, and I don't usually end up doing it because it's not aligned. Obviously, we have obligations we have to have and we have to do, but that is always an indicator if there's this resistance. Something in me is protecting me and something is stopping me from doing it. So coming in and knowing where those batteries are, having awareness of what your emotion and your energy is during different situations. When you use the energy tracker, when you track your own energy, you can see there's patterns to things. You can see there's cycles to things. There's things that you probably are doing that are not in alignment and would be very simple to remove so that you do come into that alignment. When you have this awareness, you can eliminate things that aren't making those batteries full, that aren't renewing those batteries, they're depleting those batteries. Get rid of it. Probably isn't something that is serving you anyway. When you really think about it, it just has become a habit or an obligation. But you really don't need it. And when those emotions are low, typically that's your mind. What is your mind telling you or your body telling you? When your emotions are low, that's typically a mental or a physical input. You're not moving enough. You're not removing the latent energy. I know that's one of my things. When I'm not up and moving around, then I have stuck energy in me that I know I have to move. I do have the tools that I can move that without physical movement. However, the physical movement definitely helps. So My question to you is, what are your energy and emotions telling you? And where are your batteries low? Is it mental? Is it physical? Is it spiritual? And what are you going to do about it? That's what I have for you. I'll see you next time.